Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I know it's been a while, but we are still here. Thanks for sticking with us.
And today we're going to see our van. It's been 2 months since we dropped it off at the shop. We've seen some progress photos, but today we get to see it in person. All right, my friends, it's been 2 months. We brought an empty van. Let's see the progress. Oh.
Definitely some progress.
She's not empty anymore. Wow. All right, let me give you a full tour. Starting right away with the floor, we've got a gray rubberized kind of bubble style floor. Right here, we're gonna have a lagoon table, which makes it possible for the passenger swivel seat to have a workstation. The driver's seat will also swivel for our dinette area, which has storage under the floor. As you can see, our Starlink cables are there, ready to be hooked up. With a bench right here. Underneath the bench, Benny's litter box. How cute is this little cutout? I love it. And this whole panel raises out of the way so that we can take out his litter box and change it, or scoop it, or whatever we need to do. Moving on to the kitchen area. We've got acacia wood countertops. If you aren't familiar with acacia, it's a South African wood, and this is super special to us. Not only are we wanting to go to Africa one day, but our builder is South African, and so it's just like a nice little personal touch to remind us of who built our van. We've got a beautiful deep sink with a cutting board on top, little wash basket, and it goes all the way down here. There's some other accessories in here. And this also pulls out so we can spray things around. It swivels around if we want to access water while we're outside of the van as well. Underneath the sink, we've got some cupboard space here for whatever we're gonna put in here. We haven't quite decided yet, but this panel also pulls out in case we want a tall garbage bin or recycle bin or green bin, whatever. We're gonna put there, but we've got options. I love that. And then these just press and click closed. After the cupboard, we have our fridge here, as well as some of the electrical panels and outlets. There's some of that here as well. It's not all hooked up yet, so we're not gonna go over all of those details today. Then we've got our shower, which feels like a pretty good size. Like, look at this. It's almost as big as the one in our trailer, if you can believe it, almost. So we've got a beautiful shower, and then the door for the shower is on a roller shade, and it's a self-cleaning one. It's got quite the spring-loaded door though, so we're gonna have to be careful with that. Then we'll have our bed, which is yet to be added, but we're gonna have that. Above that, we have our Max Air fan. We've got our air conditioner. And under the bed, because it's an extra tall bed, we've got a step to be able to get in. However, the step also functions as the latch to a door to our garage. And then above our bed, we've got 2 little lights, which also have USB sockets for charging things. Nice little night lights. I love that little touch. I think it's fantastic. As well, in our ceiling, we've got lights as well. So I think this is absolutely fabulous. I'm gonna hand you over now to Jay, who's gonna go over everything that's in the garage and everything on the roof, because wait till you see all that.
Our builder also installed a window on our side door here.
Hello, and it opens. I love it.
Now, I am super excited about our roof with our double-decker roof rack that has 4 220-watt panels for a grand total of 880 watts of solar. That is more than twice as much as what we had on our trailer. So this roof rack to our roof rack puts solar on top of our fan and our air conditioner, making maximal use of our roof space.
I'm just going to interrupt Jay's tour here for a moment and just point out that the water fill is on the outside of the van, whereas with our trailer, it was on the inside, which was a huge pain in the butt for filling.
All right, let's take a look at the inner workings of our new cottage on wheels. First, we have our huge fresh water tank with our water heater on top of that and the water pump to give us nice shower pressure. Then, way at the back here, we have our furnace, which is actually a gas furnace that taps into the van's gas tank. Then, moving up here, we have our inverter charger that is sort of the core of the electrical system. We have 2 solar chargers because we have so much solar, we need 2. We have our DC to DC. This is what charges the batteries when we're driving. And you can see the electrical system here, it's just laid out so beautifully. I mean, look at this. All the little wires are labeled. We've got all these cutoff switches. I mean, it's just amazing. We couldn't have asked for more there. And that, of course, brings us to the main driver of our system when we're off-grid. That is our LiTime batteries. We have 4 200 amp hour batteries for a total of 800 amp hours. To give you an idea, that is 4 times more than what we had in the trailer. It's gonna be awesome. So what are the advantages of lithium batteries versus lead acid? Well, the main one is that with lithium, you can use the full capacity, whereas lead acid, you can only use about half of the capacity before the voltage drops and you have to charge again. Another thing is that they're smaller and lighter for the same amount of energy, which means you can get more power in a smaller place. Anyways, we'd like to say thank you to LiTime for giving us a discount on these batteries, and they have actually offered a discount for you as well. You can get 6% off batteries if you use our code, which is just HAR or HAR, super easy to remember, so check them out in the description below.
So, what's left to be done? Well, we need a bed, obviously. And the upper cabinets are yet to be installed. And then in the dinette, we're gonna need a cushion in there, the table, and just some final trim and detail work. But all in all, it's almost done. In fact, our builder thinks it'll be done in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks!
We cannot wait to take delivery of this van and start some adventures. We'll see you next time.
See you then. Bye.
All right, my friends, it's been... Hello.
Okay.
Took me a minute to figure out how to open it. So starting right away with the floor, we put in a... We didn't put it in, actually.
Now I'm up on the roof here. I'm not on the roof. Okay, stop, hold on. That plane's gonna be too loud.
The Finnell project. How did I mess that up? So just final. Make sure you don't miss the next video by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications.
Oh, and don't forget to check out our website and sign up for our weekly email blast.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.